Good evening, good afternoon, and good night, my fellow Blues YouTube listeners. And how are you doing this good, fine night in 2020? I think it's autumn officially now, isn't it? Autumn 2020. Here we are, a bit of a strange view today, because today I'm going to be talking about classic blues albums. The ones I own, the ones I probably don't own anymore but should do. You know, I'll show you mine, you show me yours, that sort of thing. So anyway, I've got my little music stand propped up here, so I'm gonna start throwing CDs on, basically classic albums, and having a little chat about them. You can hear at the minute one that I don't have, which is being streamed on Spotify at the minute, which is of course is Albert King's classic Born Under a Bad Sign from 1967. I used to have it on CD. It's gone AWOL, I don't know where it's gone, so that's certainly one that should be in the list, no question, no doubt. So here we go. Okay, so at this point I should have stopped because I got slightly confused because I thought I had amongst my CDs the classic Freddie King Sings the Blues, or Freddie King Sings from 1961, his first album. Absolute classic, another must-have, but actually I realised I haven't got it in physical CD form. It's actually as part of my somewhere on one of my digital the libraries somewhere, Amazon or something. So here it is. This is what it looks like. This is again 1961. Highly recommended. There's Freddie with his at that time gold top P90 Gibson Les Paul. Of course, Freddie then famously went on to play a Gibson 345 actually, I think it was, or 355, but the old electric Spanish and semi-hollow. But on this album you got classics like let's see, Have You Ever Loved a Woman, absolute sort of Freddie King standard really. Where are we? Just so many on here again. This was an album I found out about because of Eric Clapton actually, who I saw in an interview talking about listening to it when he was a younger man before he started actually becoming a famous guitarist himself. It inspired him, so that's a classic one. So that's a must-have, and then we'll carry on with the video. So, number one from let's have a look, I believe 1965, is it? 66, something like that. I'm trying to see the date there. Anyway, mid-60s, I think it's 65. It is Paul Butterfield and his blues band. Absolute classic. A must-have if you're a blues fan, really. There we go, there's the guys there. There we are. Let's turn that around. Oh, there we go. There's Paul. Tracks we got on there. You can see those. Shake Your Money Maker, absolutely legendary track. Performance. Screaming, legendary. Mystery Train. That's the song you hear at you heard on the intro to all of my videos. That's the intro to Mystery Train. I'll try and hold that steady. There you go. I'll try to. So there we go. Paul Butterfield, and absolute must if you haven't already got it. Classic blues album. I've come across these albums just over years of watching people like G. Smith talking about them, the guitar player, and many other guitar players. There we go. Fantastic. Great Telecaster work on there. They are, Mike Bloomfield there on the telly. Fantastic. Obviously, there's Paul Butterfield on the harp himself, on harmonica. one of the greatest blues harp players has been. So there we go. So that's an absolute massive. If you haven't heard it, I'd recommend going on Spotify, YouTube, having a listen. The bounds will be on there. Oh, sorry, excuse my thumb. So this is all hand shot here. So there's Paul. Like I say, next I would have Albert King. As you can hear, 100 bad sign, 67. Trying to do this chronologically, but you can hear it in the background. Then we've got The Doors, LA Woman. LA Woman. Now, of course, the final Doors album before the sad death of Jim Morrison in France, after he recorded the album shortly afterwards. There we go, LA Woman. If you haven't heard that, again, I recommend going to Spotify having a listen. Classic album, classic tracks. The most bluesy sort of Doors album, probably not if that will focus or not. But you've got oh god, you've got Changeling, The Changeling, Love Her Madly, LA Woman, America, Hyacinth Blues. Oh god, I'm looking here. Riders on the Storm, just absolute classics, real classics. Where are we? Trying to see there. So it's not very good camera work, is it? I'm trying to see. There's another one that's Calling King Snake, absolute classic. There we go. So that's on the. Oh, I think it's about 1970. That. There we go. So that's LA Woman. I recommend that one. Let's put those back there. Hang on, give us a bit of an adjust. And then next we have, of course, probably one of the most famous albums ever. Probably just on the cover there. Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs by Derek and the Dominoes, of course, Eric Clapton. There we go. Early 70s again, probably, I don't know, when was this from? 71, 72, something like that. So post Cream for Clapton. There we go, classic album cover. And obviously, I could have chosen lots of other CDs. These, I suppose, some of the sort of famous mainstream blues albums. I've avoided the blues rock sort of stuff, which I've also got in my collection. Obviously, Sabbath, Led Zepp, Deep Purple, AC/DC, because that's going more into blues rock. So I'm trying to sort of focus on blues here, really. There we go. So it's not focusing again, is it? There we are. Famous back cover. So this is when Clapton started using Strats after Cream, famously. Okay, I'm back. So a little bit of a break there. Yeah, so classic album. Yeah, when Clapton started using Strats in earnest on this album, and you got classics like Bell Bottom Blues. Oh god, so many. Just so many, to be honest. Layla, obviously. Thorn Tree in the Garden, just absolute classics there. I'm trying to see where that's from. I think that says. Yes, you got Clapton, Bobby Whitlock, blues pianist, piano player Jim Gordon, Carl Raddle, and of course the famous Duane Allman. He's a great blues player, guitar player, and many other things. Fantastic. I think that's 70. Let me have a look. Have a quick look. Does it say? What do these really say on them? I think that's about, from memory, it's about 71, 72. Hang on a minute. Oh, yeah, I think it's my dusty piano. Time to adjust it. Then we've got. It might not be in perfect chronological order, because we've now got Grateful Dead, Working Man's Dead. Probably one of the classic sort of blues sort of jam albums, really. There we go, Working Man's Dead. Grateful Dead. Great album. Not exactly overproduced, but you know, very nice sort of live studio feeling to it, the band. There we go, this is 1970 I think, this album. There we go. It's Jerry Garcia and all of that. There you go. My favourite track on this must be Easy Wind. There we are. Number 7. There we go. Casey Jones after it. There we are. So that's a bit of a classic. So again, all of these you can stream on Spotify or Amazon Music or just listen to on YouTube before you buy them. If you're still buying CDs, a lot of people aren't buying CDs, are they? So you know, that might be one of the. I'm a bit of an old man now, so CDs are the you know, still in my music collection. There we go. Alright, so now moving on to sort of ZZ Top. Obviously blues are the basis of whatever Billy Gibbons is playing, most of his licks. This is possibly one of their earliest albums, Tres Hombres. Again, early 70s, I think it's 73, something like that. And very bluesy, very blues oriented. Before the sort of 80s synth ZZ Top came in. We've got, let's see, I'm going to look. We've got Grange, Waiting for the Bus. There we go. There we go, absolute classic. There we go, again, highly recommended. The last part of the album, I think, or of this one, has got some live performances on it as well, from back in the day. There we go. I don't know about ZZ Top. I've never been a massive fan of ZZ Top live. I don't know why. I've always found their studio stuff to be better. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just bad PA systems sometimes or what. But yeah, I'm a massive fan of ZZ Top live. Here's another absolute classic. You may or may not recognise this. Sorry about the lack of the lack of focus on his phone, it's a cheap phone. Second Helping by Lynyrd Skynyrd. Absolute classic. Again, I think this is 73. I could be wrong. 73, 74, something like that. Absolute classic album. A must have. If you haven't heard it, you must, really recommend it. There we go. There's the back cover. You can see the number one, the first track, Sweet Home Alabama. These are all classic. I Need You. Don't Ask Me No Questions. Working for MCA. Absolute class. Love that so much. There we go. There we go. Ballad of Curtis Lowe. Swamp Music. Classic. Needle and the Spoon. Call Me the Breeze. Absolute classic. There we go. So that's Second Health by Lynyrd Skynyrd. Highly recommended. There we go, the next one. I've already covered Rory, I think, on the last reaction, previous video. Rory Gallagher, Irish Tour 74, when Rory went around Ireland, including Northern Ireland, I think, Belfast and everything, during the height of the Troubles, 74, to play for people. Absolutely fantastic. Classic recordings. There we go. Year of my birth as well, 74, so a special album for me. I mean, Cradle Rock, Tattooed Lady, Too Much Alcohol, Walking on Hot Coals, just unbelievable tracks on this one as well. Another must-have if you're a blues lover, and particularly if you want to start or complete, or go somewhere towards completing your British blues collection. Cannot do without this album. will always be in my collection, that one. Now this one, ooh, don't shake it there. This one is a bit of a classic. We get a 2-for-1 here. Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan in session. This is a CD and DVD actually, and it's Albert and Stevie Ray having a bit of a jam session. I think this is 83 from memory. So yeah, I think this is 83. This is recorded. There's Albert with his famous Lucy Flying V, or a custom-made Flying V by somebody else. I don't think it's a Gibson. And there's Stevie with one of his Fender Strats. There we go, having a good jam. And of course, Stevie's style was a lot of it was brilliantly taken from a lot of licks from Albert, style-wise, and someone coming up in a little bit, Mr. Jimi Hendrix. There we go. So this is a great CD DVD set. Again, highly recommended. There are clips of this DVD on YouTube actually, if you want to have a look. So there we are. Fantastic. What have we got here? We've got Pride and Joy. Texas Flood. Call It Stormy Monday. Just loads. It's quite a long. If I remember, quite a long. You certainly get value for money with this. Quite a long DVD jam session and CD. So that's fantastic. You can hear Albert in the background there. And Born Under the Bad Sign, of course, played his guitar upside down, being a left-hander. Okay. And there, of course, is Stevie's famous 1984 big selling studio album, Texas Flood. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Double Trouble. Again, if you haven't got it, if you haven't heard it, you have to have a listen. It's an absolute classic. Possibly one of the last great blues albums, mass-produced blues albums, mass-bought blues albums. One of the last, I would have thought. 84, before sort of things go. I mean, 83, 84, you've got ZZ Top still playing the blues, but coming out with Eliminator, with of course with the obligatory sort of mid-early 80s synth sounds. So, you know, going away from the blues slightly. So obviously you've got, hang on, oh, just in shoulder there. Obviously on this you've got Pride and Joy, Texas Flood, Rude Mood, Mary Had a Little Lamb, the old Buddy Guy standard, Lenny, and you got some bonus tracks, some live stuff, Tin Pan Alley, Mary Had a Little Lamb again, Wham. It's absolutely fantastic, classic album again. Don't think will ever leave my collection. There we go. So that's, I mean, obviously there's many more I could put up. That's my sort of my little small blues collection at the minute. But those actual studio albums then, or albums brought out at the time in chronological order. I'm just going to put up a few I own compilation albums, which I highly recommend if you can get hold of them. There we go. So that's compilation essential recordings of Piano Blues and Boogie, and I think it's by, let's see who brought that out. Hang on, upside down. That's Indigo Records. You can see that. Indigo Records, various artists. There we go. On the back, you've got. So these are basically recordings of blues pianists. Oops. I'm not sure if it's in chronological order or not, but you've got Pinetop Perkins, Pinetop's Boogie Woogie. Just so many blues pianists. There we go. Better. See the top there. James. There you go. That's very good. That gives you a good history of sort of 1930s, 40s, 50s piano blues and boogie woogie. Of course, related. There we go. That's a good one. I recommend that. You might be able to find it on Spotify or YouTube. I'm not sure, but that was pretty inexpensive. That didn't cost a lot, so that's a good album. Then we've got possibly my favourite blues guitarist, apart from Albert King, T-Bone Walker. Of course, you could call him a jazz and blues guitarist. There you go, T-Bone Walker 40 prime cuts, 2 CD collection, and this is mostly chronological. 40 of T-Bone's recordings. I think from memory from there, let's see, let's have a look. I think it says, hang on, from 1940 onwards, really. 40s right through the 50s. So yeah. Obviously call it Stormy Monday, T-Bone Blues. Oh God, so loads and loads, so much stuff there. There's a bit of blues boogie boogie on that one as well. T-Bone, because of the 40s and 50s nature of the music. Absolutely classic music on that. Racing through now. Here we go. So someone we haven't talked about yet, but need to, Jimmy Reed. The sun is shining, Jimmy Reed. This is part of a sort of a collection of blues greats, or similar album covers. I think it's called Complete Blues or something like that. The set. But so there's Jimmy, fantastic guitarist, all about the feel. I know Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top has, I've heard him talking about Jimmy Reed and the Jimmy Reed chord progression, which is the basis of as far as he's concerned, of guitar blues. 145, there we are. Fantastic. That's got, again, quite inexpensive. I think it's some HMV or somewhere in the UK. You can't really see that, can you? Because where the cover is, but we've got oh God, I can't really read that very well because the light's not very good. Let's see. Ain't got you. I don't go for that. You don't have to go. Big Boss Man. Really great tracks. Nice and basic, sort of basic but great. You know, really well done. Not sort of overly complex. Sort of, I suppose, blues roots sort of stuff really, which is the idea of this series, I think. You see down there, Complete Blues. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that one. And then my last one I've got with me is, of course, oops. Glad to know this isn't over. Our Jimmy and the Ultimate Experience. So, of course, it's a compilation of the albums Electric Ladyland and Are You Experienced and all that, mixed up with a few live performances too. And of course, there's a lot of blues inspired stuff on here. Jimmy's Own Blues. I mean, we've got, All on the Watchtower, Purple Haze, Hey Joe, When Cries Mary. Let's see, Voodoo Child, Foxy Lady, Highway Child. Castles Made of Sand, Red House, absolute blues classic. And the Performance, Manic Depression, Little Wing Fire, Star Spangled Banner from Woodstock, of course, famous performance, Live, Wild Thing, all along the Watchtower course, Bob Dylan, and just classics there, but very blues based. Quite a few blues sort of standards. So this phone's so bad. It's not focusing at all, is it? So yeah. Anyway, that's about it really. I'll leave Jimmy up there. There we go. Like I say, you can hear in the background all the way through the video, but Born Under a Bad Sign from Albert, absolute classic. You must have as well. But what's in your collection? What have I missed out that you've got? You think I should have, or should have talked about? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you own any of these, or in CD form, streaming, or on your phone or tablet or whatever. When you listen to regularly, tell me what's your favourite tracks from these. When you first heard them, first listened to them, what did you think? Was it back in the day, or now if you're new to blues, if you're new to it all. So anyway, it's late, it's nearly my bedtime, so I'll say ciao for now. Thanks for watching, take care and keep listening. Bye bye.